Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell All. My name is Bobby Fazio. This is Driver Interviews with Bobby Fazio channel. And it's Tuesday already, May 6th. Already into May. Weather's getting nice. I love it. Love it. Actually, you can do stuff outside. So, how's everybody doing there? Who was in St. Louis this weekend? Who's glad they didn't go to St. Louis this weekend? Well, it was a good one. They got through it. That's always the number one objective, we should say. Rain and good God. Then it was like a sunny blue sky on Sunday morning and the time slips weren't working. It was like, my goodness, what else could go wrong here? I just felt so bad for like Division 5 and the track and you know. What do we need to do? What do we need to do to fix all of this? I think we have to print time slips for a while because if the internet goes down, what are you going to do? And that sounds like that's what happened on Sunday. And they had to waste, a good 20 minutes, half an hour trying to get that fixed, I think. And time was of the essence on Sunday. But no racing this weekend. It's Mother's Day. Hope you all get to spend some time with your mothers. Daniel K. Davis, how you doing, buddy? It's time. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. There's Walt Walker. How you doing, Walt? Walt was in St. Louis this weekend. He was going a couple rounds out there. Bruce Fulper, everything is wonderful. Absolutely. When you live in California, it usually is. Chuck Weisberg, may the countdown to Cecil and the Grove begin. I know, I'm ready. I am ready. Amcam 124, good evening. How you doing, Amcam? I was supposed to go to Cecil on Saturday, but the forecast was showing rain, and then decided not to go. And, of course, it was like the perfect day because it didn't rain, but everybody thought it was going to rain. So it was one of those situations where if you went, you would have been able to make like 10 runs. Terry Nolan, what's going on, Terry Nolan? James Greasy, good evening, buddy. How you doing, James? Thanks for tuning in. George Wright from the Motor City. Every time I see that, I always think of Motor City Pizza, which is really good. Have you ever had it? Once in a while, it's at like the store. I haven't seen it in a while. Crust cooks perfectly. Brian Zenzen, how you doing? Beautiful night to be out washing the camper. Probably what I should be doing, and cleaning the trailer a little bit. Who's got a white trailer that just has the persistent black streaks on it? Is there something good to use for that? Because it is such a painstaking process using you use Awesome or you use, I don't know, the Slick Mist or whatever, and you got to split it up into days. Like you do one side, you do the other side. Is there a way to just prevent the black streaks from coming back? Let me know. What's up, Ray Thurston? How you doing, buddy? Tom Gint, what's going on, Tom? Were you at Carolina Dragway this weekend? FBI didn't get back to me in time, so I don't really know much about what happened there. I know a little bit. I heard there was a race there. Has yet to be proven, but we're going to go with it. Joe Collins, what's going on, Joe? Maybe Joe was down there with the Stocker. BIR, Stock Super Stock Opener this weekend. Oh, you guys do. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You got your race this weekend, Zenzen. I think I posted a flyer about it. It's probably in my notes, too. Pete Lanciers, what's going on, Pete? Padres doing good this year, huh? Padres, I'm going to that game in June. Fireworks night. No, sir. Tom Gant was not there. Chris Kilby, hello from rainy Maine. How you doing, Chris? Excellent. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. All right. Let's see here. Driver interviews. I'll see if I can remember how to do this, even though I've done it every weekend or every Tuesday for like the last 3 years. Driverinterviews.com, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you need any shirts. Thanks, Doug Deck. Just bought a shirt and a sticker that's on its way out. That went out today. Driverinterviews.com. Hashtag the car show, guys. I got the car show stickers. It's so cool when I see the car show stickers on cars that are thousands of miles away from me. Makes me feel like we're doing something special here. So keep it up, guys. Keep it up. OriginalLupeTortilla.com. Stan and Sheila Holt. Hope I get to see them pretty soon this year. At least at Indy and maybe Dallas toward the end of the year. And I can actually eat some Lupe Tortilla if that is the case. But thank you, Stan and Sheila, for making this show possible. DragInsights.com. All right, Drag Insights. They're always cleaning up data and always putting in the results from the previous weekend and getting scorecards mailed out to you. So I haven't raced yet, so I haven't gotten a scorecard yet. But if you've raced in a given weekend, you should be getting a scorecard showing you how well you did this weekend and compared to how well you've been doing all year. So be on the lookout for that. If you're not a Drag Insights member, it's really easy. Just go to draginsights.com hit the register button, and all you need is an email address, and it's free. If you want the premium version to see everybody else's stats, that is a paid version, and you can become a contingency member. So draginsights.com, I got to say, they've been a longtime supporter of mine now for going on 3 years. So I'd like to thank Drag Insights for making this show possible. And there's the sticker there's the contingency sticker right there. See it? Draginsights.com. If you don't have that sticker on your car, you're not going to be eligible. Also in Division 1 for the dead on the dial, or dead on zero for stock and super stock. You need that sticker. All right, Don Kennedy race car insurance. Guys, insure your race cars. Now, we are in a deflationary period, I'm being told. So the prices of things might start coming down. Prices of fuel is coming down. So you could actually start spending less on stuff, but I wouldn't spend anything, if you didn't have to, trying to fix your race car. Let the insurance company handle that for you, and let Don Kennedy set that up for you. 602-284-6240 or 1donkennedy@gmail.com. All right. It was very, very expensive the last couple of years to do any of that. So Don Kennedy races, and he handles the insurance for you, and he handles the claims too. That's got to be the best part of it. Let somebody else handle the claim. I don't feel like dealing with the insurance company. Don Kennedy does it for you. Whew. So big advantage. How about Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com. I'll be back in the 289 this year. The red car. I don't know if you can see it right there above my head. The stick shift car. So advancedclutches.com got a nice lightweight 8-inch billet machined clutch there by Rob Youngblood. Advancedclutches.com. Can't wait to dump the clutch in that. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve with me because it's a different setup than anything I've ever really used before. So hopefully I've got tons of notes here, tons of research. I just hope I can kind of figure it out pretty quickly. I hate wasting runs trying to figure stuff out, if anybody knows me. So advancedclutches.com, and he's always there for a phone call, which is nice. Call him up, show him the graph, and he can get you headed in the right direction. I love that. Bruce Fulper, he's on here right now. He won class at the 2004 U.S. Nationals in his Pontiac Firebird 428. So that's why he loves that combo. How you doing, Bruce? Hope to see you out at the track soon. Enjoy California. RocketmanCoatings.com. They will free up some horsepower for you. So, and they make your parts look really nice too. Added bonus, right? Pretty parts, better horsepower, less friction. What are you going to do, right? Why not? RocketmanCoatings.com. They can get you set up. All kinds of parts. Gears, piston rings, pistons, lifters, bearings. Get them all coated, guys. Free up the horsepower. Stock and super stock. No joke. Performance-based class, remember? RP Minnick. That's Ray Minnick. That's the accountant. Hopefully you got all your taxes done, unless you did the extension, guys. But Ray can probably help you out, and he can answer some of the racing questions. A lot of people, a lot of racers, a lot of self-employed racers run racing through the business and can provide some tax benefits. So might be worthwhile to talk to a racer who knows the accounting end of the racing operation. Ray Minnick. There's his number, 267-247-7601 or RPM at rpminnick.com. And VP Racing Fuels, the best racing fuels you can get, especially for stock and super stock. Let us know which racing fuel you choose. They are also in the business of selling oil this year, oil contingency and race fuel contingency. And they are squaring up the contingencies from last year. They were behind. There was a problem. They're fixing it right now. So I saw that some racers got their checks. So thank you very much, VP, for that. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Tom Baker. I don't know where he's been for a while, but he's awake and alert and apparently, hopefully doing well. How you doing, Tom? Tom is the Kenwood Welding and Metallizing. You see his logo right here. How you doing, Tom? There's Rocket Man Race Coatings. Tom, how's the Trip and Fish car doing? What's going on, Rocky? Dave Cott, how you doing? Rained all day here in Michigan. No, we didn't have any rain here, so I'm pretty excited about it. Waxy Dilly today lost 10 pounds in Florida. Sounds about right. Oh, God. Florida is a great place. It's just, man, it can get so hot there. All right, we got some birthdays, some Drag Insights birthdays. So if you go to draginsights.com, go on the homepage, you'll see the birthdays and the racing calendar in there. So you can plan ahead and you can wish people happy birthday. Like Sean Paul T-Balt, May 2nd. Happy birthday, Sean. Jim Rao and Wendell Bowie, May 3rd. Happy birthday, Jim and Wendell. John Evans, May 4th. Happy birthday, John. And Tyler Castle. He's a stock eliminator, super stock standout. Happy birthday, Tyler Castle. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, yesterday. All right. What else do we have? Oh, we got some sad news here. We've got Danny Gracia, longtime tech director for NHRA division. I think he was a West Coast guy, but he was the tech director for NHRA, and he passed away recently. So rest in peace, Danny Gracia. That was a name I heard for a really long time, and sad news to hear. The names that you heard, your whole life, and now they're no longer with us. So prayers for Danny Gracia's family. It was an interesting story about how he got involved with the NHRA. He was a painter, actually, and knew somebody who knew somebody. He raced stock and super stock, and then before you knew it, he was a tech official and then tech director. So rest in peace, Danny Gracia. All right. It sounds like the stripe takers in stock and super stock were deemed not legal, according to SRAC on Class Racer. So if anybody was thinking about putting those on their car, I don't think it's a good idea now. I saw Dawson Pauly tried to put one on, and he said a tech official told him to take it right off. So it's not going to work in stock and super stock. If you want to run those stupid things, you got to go into another category. I think they're allowed in .90s. I know they're allowed in bracket racing. Why they're allowed, I have no idea. Why every car doesn't have to travel 1,320 feet with the tires doesn't make any sense to me. Just make the finish line beam the same height as the starting line beam, and we will never have this conversation again. Sonoma, May 25th and 26th. They got a combo race, $1,000 to win each day. So that sounds pretty good. That's Memorial Day weekend, right? That's the same weekend that we'll be running our first race in Division 1. What else? We don't have a national until May 16th to the 18th. That's in Chicago, Joliet. I will not be there because I will be at Cecil County Dragway, May 17th and 18th. That's our Mid-Atlantic Stock Super Stock Association. So May 17, 18, Cecil County Dragway, fastest track in the country, if you ask me. And good payouts both days there. So 2 races, 2 days. That's Rob Keister's Mid-Atlantic Stock Super Stock Association. We've got a big money race at Maple Grove on the Test and Tune Day before the divisional. So this is on Thursday, May 22nd, Stock and Super Stock Gamblers Race. If you need more info for this, contact Marty Reinhardt or Herbie Knoll, both Division 1 Super Stock racers. Basically, what I've been telling you the whole time, it is $400 entry fee. You just pay that to Marty Reinhardt at the trailer. That all goes toward the payout. There is another $125 gate fee for your tech card, though. So for $525 total, you'll be racing for some big money. Out of the $400, though, all of that goes to the payout. One-time run and then random chip draw first round. So we're not going to qualify and be assigned an opponent. You are going to chip draw and get your opponent assignment that way, randomly. So you could be racing your best buddy there first round. So, hey, this would be my first time actually doing a chip draw. I've never raced in one of these kinds of events. I raced in big money bracket racing, but that was just line up whoever you're next to in the lanes. All right, so 100% of the payout goes out, or 100% of the intake goes out to the payout. 50% goes to the winner, 20% to the runner-up. Semifinalists get 10%. Quarterfinalists get 2.5%. And sounds like it'll be a good time. If the weather's good, the Maple Grove event, the divisional, I mean, we've had 115 to 120 stalkers the last couple years. In October at the Dutch, I think we had 134 stalkers, so you had to qualify. So that's pretty cool. I do think the purse should be prorated when you're getting that kind of car count. We pay $225 to enter, and we race for $2,000 and $1,000 to runner up. We actually have one of the best payouts, embarrassingly, in the country as far as divisionals go. To say that that's the best payout for divisionals doesn't speak volumes of all the kind of money that we're all racing for, especially in other divisions. But yeah, when you get over, I don't know, a certain amount of cars, geez, I mean, let's be generous. Let's say over 100 cars. I mean, I think it should be less than that. I mean, it should be over 64, but over 100 cars, they should be up in the payout a little bit. All right, what else? Let's see here. Countdown to the Super Bucks race. More sponsors are signing up every day. There you go. There's Marty Reinhardt right there. So if you have any questions, he can get them answered for you. What else? What else? Maurice Jacques, hello from Louisiana. All right, the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plains. All right, Klaus. What was the spawn in Spain and pray for rain or whatever? Weren't they like the pitchers, two pitchers? Somebody refresh my memory on that one. I wasn't alive when it was coming around. There's Tom Baker. That already came up before. So did all these. Oh boy, we got a round of repeats. All right, here we go. Hayden Brown, there he is. What's up, man? How you doing, Hayden Brown? Jimmy Carter is in the house. What's going on, Jimmy? He's getting ready for Ennis. Yeah, you guys got a double coming up, right? Division 4, Texas Motorplex, May 15, 16, 17, 18. So they got the weekend off to get ready for it. Busy as usual. The CUDA hasn't been touched in weeks. I'll be in the lowly duster for Cecil and Maple Grove. How did you get to this lowly point? Bruce Fulper, rest in peace, Bob Lambeck. Yeah, that was terrible news. We did mention that last weekend, but last Tuesday, but I think the funeral, I think the funeral may have happened. I saw a post from Doug Lambeck. Let's talk about this stock semifinal. Yeah, how about that? Drive shafts flying off. Pete Ducko, what's going on? Vic Gilmino, how you doing, Vic? Brian Cool, good evening. Brian Cool, what's going on? Perry Ford, hello, Bobby and the Gearheads. Billy Ryder is in the house. How's Nick doing? I didn't get the I'm listening from Nick Ryder. How you doing, Billy? All right, guys, let's go. We got comments flying in. We've got results to cover, and we probably have a couple announcements that I forgot to mention. Hopefully I didn't. Did I get through them all? I think I did. But Zen, we need to post that flyer again for this weekend. All right, St. Louis, here we go. We had a double event there. It was a Division 5 event. It's normally Division 3, but they're going to share the track this year. And Division 5 will not soon forget this event. Larry Dyke was the number one qualifier in stock eliminator. Factory stock B, it's a 2019 Camaro. 9 flat on a 10 flat. There were 70 cars in stock eliminator for race number 1. He was 99.5 under to get the number 1 spot. And then we had Jeff Strickland in the final round against Jamie Peached. Jeff Strickland, he is a former world champion I know he is in like top dragster. I can't remember if he is in stock eliminator, but he wins a lot in stock eliminator. And it's a factory stock C 2023 Copo. He won the Gator Nationals like 4 or 5 years in a row. I know that. Going up against Jamie Peached, F stock automatic 72 Buick GS. Gotta love it. A Buick at a D5, right? Let's see. Strickland dialed 953. Was 010 on the tree. Ran at 954 with a 0. He was 10 over a 10 pack or a 20 pack, we'll say. Jamie Peached was 063 on the tree. That was all she wrote. Dialed 1104. Ran an 1102. Breaking out. Still getting there second. Jeff Strickland picks up his 31st divisional event win. How about that? Solid lights all throughout, except against Lance Line in the third round there, but he got by with a 62 light. Jamie Peached was driving pretty solid, 21, 15, 003 against Stan Kopeka, 55 in the bye, 006 against Ellis V. Booth, and then 63 in the final cost him. So still a good driving job, though. Way to go. All right, Superstock. Ryan Montfort was number 1 qualifier. It's another Copo, factory Superstock D. 95 under, 894.2 on a 990 index. There were only 38 Superstock cars, so a little light on the Superstock field, which I was a little surprised about, given that it was a double event. I thought there were going to be more cars there. Tyler Wodarczyk pretty much owns this place. I mean, he does really well here. He really does. He's got an 86 Camaro, GTM automatic. Ryan Montfort qualified number 1 and then made it all the way to the final, so he was trying to parlay that into a victory here. Montfort was dialed 887, but left before the second amber went out. He was 499 red. I don't know what happened. Probably crept through the beam because I saw about 50 cars push through the beams at this race. I don't know what is going on in Division 5 with 2-steps and launch controls, but maybe it needs to be addressed. Maybe you guys, I don't know. I don't know. I just never saw so many cars shoved through the beam in my life while watching a race. Tyler Wodarczyk was 032 on the tree. Dialed a 1041. He coasted to an 1102. He got his 11th divisional event win, and he was just killer, 19, 002, 27, 10, 21 in a bye, and then 32 in the final round. And that's how you do it, right? I do think he struggled in the second race, though. Montford, 040. Then he had a bye. 014 against Marion Stevenson. 003 against Eakins. 016 against Derek Fenner. And then the unfortunate incident there in the final round. Ugh. All right. So that was race 1. Congrats to the winners. Race 2, Larry Dyke again. Gets the number 1 qualifying spot. Factory stock B. It's a 2019 Copo. And 896.2 on a 10 flat. 67 cars, so 3 less cars for race number 2. He was 103.8 under the index. But how about that final round? Rusty Hall in a 67 Shelby, which is probably my favorite car of all time. Double A stock automatic, going up against Brent Kopeka in the 86 Charger. Now, this was such a cool final. And I was just praying there wouldn't be a red light, and there wasn't. So Brent Kopeka, D front-wheel drive stock in that 86 Charger. He was dialed 1588. Right? And Rusty Hall's dialed 991. This is the best part of stock eliminator. Well, heads-ups are cool in stock eliminator. Obviously, that's the best part. But when you get chases like this, you got to love it. I wish I had my camera in one of these cars. All right, Rusty dialed 991. He's 019 on the tree, 988. He actually breaks out by 200ths, but Brent Kopeka dialed 1588 and ran a 1582. So he broke out by a little bit more. 32 on the tree, though, to a 19. They were both solid. Rusty Hall gets the win on the double breakout. Congratulations. That's his 4th divisional event win. He was 10 in the first round. 007 against Doug Deck in the second round. 004 red in the third round, but he got by. 38 in the fourth round. 12 in the fifth round. And then 133. That was his lucky round in round 6. He raced against Jim Parsons, who's got the F-Stick, Chevy 2? I believe that is an original 66 L79 car that he got. I think he came back from Vietnam and bought that car, if I remember correctly. That's on the camera somewhere. At Belrose, I think I interviewed him about that. Anyways, how about this? Jim Parsons was 001 red, was cruising down the track in his stick car. I think as soon as he hit 4th gear, his drive shaft exploded out the back of the car and went into Rusty Hall's lane. Who saw that? Right? Rusty Hall tried to drive around it. I think he ran it over with his back tire. And I would love to see. I would love to ask Rusty, because I don't have his phone number. I got to dig it up if he ran over that with the back tire. But from the angle, it looks like he does. But I didn't really see his car jump. So somebody knows, if somebody saw that with their own eyes or got it on video, let me know. Whew, that's scary when you see a drive shaft coming at you. Right, but congratulations, Rusty Hall. So Parsons red lit. The race was over. He red lit as soon as he left the starting line. It was 001 red and decided to run it out. And he blew the drive shaft out. Rusty Hall was 133 and got the win. And the drive shaft came over. Now, there was confusion because I had heard that Rusty red lit and Parsons was green. And Parsons' drive shaft came over. And that's why Rusty was reinstated. But that's not true. Parsons red lit, and the race was over right then and there. All right. Comments are flying in. Let's see. What do we got? Brian Cool, what's up? Perry Ford, what's up? Just loaded the CUDA in the trailer, Billy Ryder did. Excellent. Toby Torres. What's up, Toby? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. This is for the regular Brainerd International Raceway stock super stock program, separate from MCR. Gotcha. Lion Performance stepped up and has guaranteed the payout. 1,000 to win, 500 to runner up. Over 32 cars is prorated higher. See that? Over 32 cars is prorated higher. We get 120 stockers at Maple Grove, and that ain't prorated higher. How come? All right, Zen. So you heard it there. There you go, guys. Brainerd International Raceway. Stock super stock. Go get it. Strickland doubled up and loaded up. How about that? So Walt, he won stock and then won top dragster too. Sounds good. Monford's trans brake button fell apart as he pushed it, but he didn't notice until he decked it. Oh man, that's unfortunate. All right, Vic Gomino. A lot of cars pushed through at Vegas also. Yeah, what's going on? I don't want to jinx myself and push through now. Don't let that happen to me. Corn Dog King, Jelly Bean Superstocker in comp. Yep, I know it. The Jelly Beans, and he was running Superstock and comp, right? Yeah, he was. And his daughter was running. Is Lisa Stevenson still running? Somebody let me know. Jake Cicerelli, what's going on, Jake? Hey, what's up? Chris Epps, What's going on, Chris? How you doing? All right. So, where were we there? Stock Eliminator. Rusty Hall, congrats winning in the Shelby. He's got some fast Fox bodies, too. All right, moving into Super Stock now. We got Jeff Dona, number 1 qualifier. He's running GTG automatic, which I think he usually runs Super Stock H automatic. But I guess he's calling it GTG because, well, he went 110 under and got the number 1 qualifying spot. So I guess you can get qualified number 1 there and maybe preserve the combo. So we'll see how that goes for him because that's a trigger if he does this more than once. 36 cars were in Super Stock for race number 2. And Jeff qualified with a 929.8 on a 1040. So he was 110.2 under. And then Division 5 standout Jason DeForest was in the final round against Troy Galbraith, I'm going to say his name is. Superstock C modified, 64 Chevy 2. Sounds like a cool car, high winding car. DeForest is in a 2005 Cavalier. That's a GTA automatic car. So DeForest was dialed 889, 045 on the tree, and runs 889 with a 5. Dead on with a 5. Troy was dialed 906. He was 038 on the tree, so he had 7th thou advantage on the tree, but he couldn't get there. He ran a 908.9 all out. It looks like at 142 miles an hour. So just missed the dial a tad there. Maybe some wind rolled in, but Jason DeForest gets the win there by a kind of a slim margin there, we'll say. So 5:45, he's got a 50 pack and 38, 48, 58, 59. So by 9th thou, I'm going to say Jason DeForest gets the win. That's his 6th divisional event win of his career. Congratulations, Jason DeForest. That's Arrow Awnings. He is a loyal listener and has actually sent a couple nice, generous donations to this podcast. So thank you, Jason DeForest. You deserve good fortune, and you got it there in St. Louis. Let's see how his lights were. 026, 77. He got away with one against Larry Hodge. 131 against Avery Duncan. He got away with another one there. 016 against Jeff Dona. You need that. 014 against Ryan Montford. So Montford made it to the 5th round. Again, he had a pretty good weekend. And then 045 in the final round. So there you go. Let's move to what? Carolina Dragway. Does anybody know what happened in Carolina Dragway? There was supposedly a national open there. I did hear that Kenny Anderson got the win in Stock Eliminator on Saturday, and Dennis Bargeron got the win on Sunday. So Kenny Anderson, I believe, has a 69 Nova, silver one. Very, very pretty car. He's from Florida. Dennis Bargeron, I'm not sure where Dennis is from, but I know that he bought Junior Baum's 73 Duster, and he's been kicking some butt with that car lately. He wins Stock Eliminator on Sunday, and then he won Superstock. What did he do? Dennis Bargeron won Superstock on Saturday, and he won Stock on Sunday. So congratulations, Dennis. He picked up some money this weekend. I do not know who won Superstock on Sunday. If anybody knows who won Superstock on Sunday, please let me know. If anybody knows who was runner-up at any of these races, please let me know. And that's all I got from Carolina. Ray Minnick is off to Darlington to test. All right. Have fun. Georgia. That's where Dennis Bargeron is from. Georgia. Thanks, Tom. Craig Harris, what's going on, Craig? Go on Walt Walker's Stock Superstock Facebook page. You'll see a lot of nice pictures from Craig Harris, man. He takes some good photos. Corn Dog King's comp car is different from his Superstock car. The competition car is actually the old PC Richard car. All right. So I do not know what combination Corn Dog King is running. I don't know what class he's running in comp, but I don't know what combination he's running in a Superstock car either. So Walt probably knows all that stuff. We might put him on the spot. National Opens, NHRA's best kept secret. I'm telling you, right? We got to... We heard there was a National Open. It's yet to be verified. Now, we got a couple winners there. If anybody knows who won Superstock on Sunday, let us know. We'd like to give that racer, we'd like to shout their name out. They deserve it. All right, guys, let's go over the points here. Let's see what's going on in Stock Eliminator Top 5. Nationally, we've got C.W. Hofer in first place with 420 points. Jeff Atkinson, 399. Dwayne Sheitlin, 384. Darren Grossi, 379. And Brent Calvert, 377. In super stock, Evan Kowalski, 432. Mike Cotton, 406. Hey, where's Mike Cotton and Paula Cotton at? Chad Guilford, 392. Justin Lamb, 374. Leo Glassbrenner, 341. I am assuming these points are updated after St. Louis. Just assuming, though. This is coming directly from NHRA's website. Number one in each division in stock and super stock. Anthony Bongiovanni is in first place in Division 1 in stock and super stock. Jeff Atkinson is in first place in Division 2 in stock and super stock. Division 3 is Josh Decker in stock, Jeff Dona in super stock. Division 4 is Justin Hutto in stock, Hunter Pierdola in super stock. Division 5, it says Ellis Booth in stock. I'm thinking that's Ellis V. Booth. I believe that's the son. And he's got a 1-point lead over Jamie Peast. And super stock is Jay Story. Good racer with a Copo. Division 6, Cal Method in stock. How about that? Cal Method. And super stock is Steve Hahn. And Division 7, Nanette Stein. Love it. And Mike Cotton in super stock. Nanette Stein in stock with the Thunderbird. And Mike Cotton in super stock with the Cuda. All right. There you go. That's your points leaders right there. And congrats, John Gray. Double Wallies. All right. I think we did that last week, right? They finished Gainesville at Charlotte, so we covered that. What else do I need to cover? I mean, I don't know if I had anything else. Was there any tea that I missed? Who's got something for me? Anything that we need to argue about? I mean, we know the stripe takers aren't legal. What else? What's going on with the air shifters? Is that still a thing for next year, or what? Let me know. All right. Until then, I guess have a happy Mother's Day for all the mothers that are on here, and all you racers. I hope you get to spend some time with your mothers this weekend. If you are racing, I hope you're just racing Friday and Saturday, and leave Sunday to go to brunch. Right. I think that's it. Somebody was saying that trans brakes were legal on factory stockers, but I don't think that's true. Factory stock is a foot brake class, as far as I know. And IHRA, I mean, just what's going on at IHRA, guys? I heard that they purchased another track, but I also heard that Alan Reinhardt is out among some of the others. Rich Schaefer, I think, is out too. So I don't know what's going on with IHRA. It's just like, it's like a revolving door at this point. And I wanted to see them do well. I really did. So let me know if it's going to happen. They put out that schedule this year. Yes, this was news. I saw this on NHRA Racer. There was a fine handed out for checking a trans brake in the lanes. Guys, you're not allowed to do this anymore. They just put a post out last week about this, and they're serious. They're serious about it. So who was it? It was Jesse Fritz. Was fined $2,500. That would make me sick. For doing a trans brake test in the staging lanes. So that violates the warm-up rules. Now, a lot of people do this, and I've been guilty of this also. I don't have a trans brake, but foot brake. Coming up to the lanes, trying to get the trans a little bit warm, and you're kind of, 10 feet behind the car in front of you in the staging lanes, and you've got the car in gear, and you're bringing it up, holding the brake, and I don't think we should do that anymore. I don't think it's allowed to be done anymore, and I definitely don't want to get fined $2,500 for that. So, guys, be careful when you're warming cars up. Now, at Maple Grove, a lot of us drive down the return road to the sand trap, turn around, and drive back up the return road. And a lot of people are there on the return road kind of testing their, trying to heat their transmissions up, we'll say. So, I don't know. Is that not going to be allowed anymore either? Like that was like my routine. And I make sure there's nobody around me when I do it. So I'd hate to get fined for that, but I guess I won't do that anymore. Rocket Man, when am I taking my super stocker out to test, rev, and dump the clutch? Oh yeah, I can't wait. Probably summertime. I'm supposed to. I'm gonna start off running some stock eliminator and possibly drive a little bit for Paul Gunther as well. We just got to get finished dusting a couple cobwebs off of his car. Meanwhile, my engine and clutch and bell housing and everything is getting fitted up. I'll be, back in Pennsylvania this weekend, helping the crew chief out and getting all that done. And Plus, we got another trailer that we're trying to get work done too. So we got a lot to do this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. And yeah, believe me, all I can think about is getting back in that super stock car. I haven't dumped the clutch in that super stock car in since the end of 22. So I can't wait. All right, guys. Let's see. Is there any other juicy stuff on NHRA Racer? I don't think so. Hey, what are you doing?
Saving for a race car.
Interrupting my program here. Saving for a race car. Let me. This is where all the change goes.
We put Bobby's. Sorry, guys. I'm about to go to bed. We put Bobby's and my change, our pocket change in here.
Always goes in there. You know what? In 100 years, we'll be able to afford a Cobra jet.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Have a good night. All right, guys. Let's see. We need clarification on that. If I'm holding 2,000 with my feet, it's not a trans brake test. Well, we got to read the ruling that they put out. Rules clarification. Is this it right here? Here we go. Let's see if I can pull this up. I don't know if I can. It is mandatory that a driver be seated in the car in the normal driving position anytime the engine is running, unless coupler or driveline is removed from the vehicle. The practice of trans brake testing, converter stalls, line lock testing, and or transmission warming is prohibited in all classes in all areas of the event except in starting line approach areas beyond staging, or unless the vehicle is on jack stands. Noncompliance is grounds for disqualification or such other and or action as deemed appropriate by the NHRA. The starting line approach area is defined as the last stopping point prior to being directed toward the water box by a track official. Jack stands also include dragster lifts and or pro jack style lifting devices. A vehicle supported by a single centered jack is not sufficient. That always scares me when I see people doing that. Just a one jack up behind the rear, no jack stands under it, and they're getting in the car, getting out of it. They got the wheels, the tires spinning in gear. They're walking around the car. Woo! Now that's scary. I don't do that. When a warm-up infraction is witnessed by an official, the first infraction would be a loss of or DQ of a run. Further violations could result in DQ of the event. Please observe the rules regarding warm-ups, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. There you go. That's straight from NHRAracer.com. All right, there we go. Who was that woman? I don't know. She looked like she was ready for bed. Coming on the camera. What are you, nuts? Hello, wife. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'd like to thank all the sponsors tonight. Be sure to get out there and support these races. I hope to see you all at Maple Grove Thursday, May 22nd. I am feverishly trying to get a car ready for that race. I want to be involved. And I will see you guys all there. I can't wait. That's going to be my first official race of the year. Actually, my first race will be Cecil County, May 17, 18. So if you're going to be there, be sure to say hello. I'm going to try and stream that race live from this page, YouTube, Facebook, however you want to watch it. That's the Cecil County race. If I have enough time to set up all the equipment. It is a pain. Guys, what Warren Evans does is not for the faint of heart. Let me tell you. It is tough stuff, setting up all that equipment. And then, trying to race on top of that makes it even harder. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. I need all the help I can get. And see you all at the races soon. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. See you guys. Take care.